Subscribe for daily content. Support this channel so it can grow.
Only a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you feel like supporting me more, join my Patreon.
1. Joseph Stalin, Vlas Chubar, Clement Voroshilov, Vyacheslav Molotov, and Yakov Yakovlev, December 1935. 2. Soviet sniper on the Leningrad front in March 1943. 3. Soviet assault squad wearing SN-42 steel breastplates and DP-27 machine guns. Guardsmen stormtroopers after completing a combat mission. 1st SHISBR, 1st Belarusian Front, summer 1944. 4. Soviet submachine gunners on patrol and destroyed Berlin. On the chest of the fighter in the foreground is the Order of Glory, June 6, 1945. 5. November 30th, 1939, Soviet troops went on the offensive on the Soviet-Finnish border. The Winter War began. The photo shows Maxim's machine guns in a temporary position, December 1939. 6. A Soviet gunsmith loads a Fab-50 bomb with the inscription "For Father and Mother" into a bomber, 1943. 7. November 23, 1942, near Stalingrad, the encirclement of the 6th Army of Paulus was completed. The 330,000th group of German troops was surrounded, and the beginning of the final victory of the USSR in the Battle of Stalingrad was laid. 8. Fire from a 122mm cannon, 3rd Belarusian Front. On the shells there are inscriptions to Hitler for Chernyakhovsky in memory of the commander of the front, General of the Army ID, Chernyakhovsky, who died the day before, 1945. 9. Soviet soldiers firing from a 152mm D1 howitzer near the village of Ivanovskaya Lisitsa, Kursk region, August 15, 1943. 10. Red Army Ba-64 armored car crew waves to a cavalry patrol in the 3rd Ukrainian Front, 1944. 11. A Soviet soldier smashes a portrait of Hitler in the liberated city of Gatchina, Leningrad Oblast, January 1944. 12. Soviet soldiers of the 3rd Ukrainian Front hug each other following the end of the war, 1945. 13. Soldiers of the 73rd Guards Rifle Regiment of the 25th Guards Rifle Division in battles for one of the settlements in Voronezh. 14. Soviet PTRD-41 anti-tank gun and crew near Kursk, 1943. 15. Signals Captain, 1938 dated. 16. Female Signals NCO, March 18, 1942. Still has the 1940 regulation NCO stripe and brass triangle. 17. An officer of the Red Army examines the wreckage of a Luftwaffe Ju-88 shot down on the Kalinin front, 1942. 18. Soviet signalmen in Berlin. Behind the inscription in German, "Berlin will remain German," April 1945. World War II. Beyond the known. 19. Soviet battleship Sevastopol shelling German and Romanian positions in the Crimean Peninsula, 1942. 20. Pair of Soviet T-28 medium tanks in the field, Soviet Union, summer 1941. 21. Armor piercers of the Northwestern Front with an anti-tank single-shot rifle of the 1941 model of the Degtyarev system in position, waiting for the enemy. 1942. 22. A battery of Soviet 122mm howitzers of the 1938 model M30 at a firing position near Berlin. April 20, 1945. 23. Knocked out T-35 tank, Eastern Front, C-1941. 24. NKVD troops patrolling the streets of Moscow in March 1942. 25. T-26 tanks burned out in 1941. 26. T-34-76 that was knocked out in the outskirts of a village during the 1941 winter. 27. Turret penetration on a Soviet T-26 model 1939 tank knocked out on the Eastern Front in 1941. 28. M4A276 Sherman tank near Tangermund, Germany, May 1945. 29. Baby found in an empty Soviet village after all population were sent to Germany, 1943. 30. Russian prisoners of war lifting up an American soldier after the U.S. Ninth Army liberated them from their camp at Esselheide, Germany. 31. Infantrymen and tankers of the 3rd Guards Tank Army during a battle on the outskirts of Berlin, April 24, 1945. 32. T-34 divided by 85 seconds on Hermann Göring Strasse in Berlin, May 1945. 33. KV-1 heavy tanks knocked out on the Donetsk front in Ukraine. 34. Fleets of Studebaker, Ford, and Chevrolet cargo trucks near Moscow, USSR, supplied by the USA through Lend-Lease. 35. German soldier inspecting a destroyed Churchill IV tank during the battle for Kursk. 36. T-28 medium tanks in the field, Soviet Union, summer 1941. 37. Soviet tankers removed the body of a fallen comrade from a Lend-Lease M3 Lee knocked out during the battles of Arzhev near Zhizhatsk in the summer of 1942. 38. Soviet soldier during fighting with Finns in Karelia, September of 1941. 39. Knocked out Soviet tank M4A2W Sherman in Berlin. White flags are visible in the windows of the houses, May 1945. 40. Marshal Timoshenko announces the beginning of the war to troops. 41. Cavalry belonging to the 3rd Ukrainian Front passes a German armored train that was destroyed during the fighting around Odessa in April 1944. 42. T-26 from the 34th Tank Division knocked out near Dubno, June 29, 1941. 43. T-34 Leningradets of the 30th Guards Tank Brigade of the 67th Army of the Leningrad Front enters Krasnoye Selo. 44. January 12, 1945 Soviet troops launched the Vistula Oder offensive operation, one of the most successful and large-scale offensives of the war. 45. T-30 to 85 seconds and a pair of IL-2 attack aircraft cross into the Breslau region in Germany, March 1945. 46. Sue 76 seconds pass a dog in PVIV, Berlin 1945.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a comment, like and subscribe. Support the channel so I can bring you more content. Thank you again.